Hey guys, welcome to Case by Case Basis, an interview series about cases. We have here DDK Tech, also known as my friend Daniel.
Hello, YouTube.
Yeah, welcome to episode 1 of the series. I figured this would be pretty entertaining and it just kind of be an interview style, pretty relaxing, and we're just going to be talking about his media server today.
Yes, this is kind of unique as it's kind of came together over many years of just parts that have came into my possession through one method or another.
So yeah, I figured it'd be pretty interesting to see what's actually in this thing. And on his channel, he actually did a few videos on this thing already, so please go check it out.
Yeah, you can actually see where I move cases with this. I filmed that, so if you look at that video, you'll be able to see a pretty in-depth view of everything that's actually in here.
So yeah, first question we have here is, do you have any idea what case this thing is, or just like some...
It's a Fractal Design Core 1100, I want to say.
Well, it's fractal something, so that's what matters, and it's a pretty darn nice case if I have to say so myself.
Yeah, I got it real cheap at a yard sale. I found it for $5, and we were just driving by, and we saw it there, and I thought, yeah, I'll take that, and yeah, I had no plans, and because otherwise I probably would have just kept using the OEM case that I had it in.
He actually has it over tucked in the corner.
Yeah, over there, off camera in that general direction. Yeah, I still
here,
have the.
Should I go grab and show the audience?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here, I'll go.
Yeah, let me.
Here, I'll go.
You get past me there.
Yeah, I'll get past you. See, here we go. Here we go. I'll just kind of grab it and put it into my. See, this is the So this is the OEM case right here.
I mean, it's not a bad looking case.
No, it's not. Why do you still keep the thing, though?
In case I come across another motherboard that needs a case.
I guess so.
I mean, it's in good condition, so there's really
nothing wrong with throwing away a perfectly good case, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So the next question is, when did you, actually start, your parts hunt and building of this thing? Do you recall? Because I know this was a long project for you.
I have no idea when I started this. The origins, what started it, is I got a PC that someone was giving away because they thought it was dead. Power surge came and it fried stuff. It fried the monitor, everything connected to it. And I got the computer anticipating that there would be a whole lot of stuff that was just simply cooked in here. And it was going to be like a salvage thing, take what I can. But as it turned out, power supply stopped the surge. And everything else was fine in there. So yeah, got a new power supply and everything worked great.
Oh, very nice. And what parts do you have in here and whatnot? And why did you pick these specific parts to go in here?
Well, none of this was really picked specifically. It's just what I happen to have. Any parts that I got that I could put in here, I pretty much did. As far as what's in there, the main CPU is a Intel i3-2120, so it's a low-end Sandy bridge. So it's from a while ago, but it's more than enough for what I need back here. Graphics card came to me via Tony here.
Yeah.
And it's a 960, and it's fantastic. It stays quiet, stays cool, so that's good. But of course, since this is a NAS and the media server, the big part of that is the hard drives. And there's I don't know, how many you see in there, Tony? Something like 5 or 6?
Now we're just gonna, more than I have on one hand.
You have on one hand.
More than most people should have, to be honest.
And the great part about that is that this case was only designed to hold 2 hard drives.
Man, you jerry-rigged something special right here, this block.
I sure enough, yeah. And as you could probably, maybe not see, in there is a SATA controller with an additional, I want to say 4 ports on it because the motherboard didn't have enough ports for everything I needed in here.
Man, this thing is just ridiculously built, you know that?
Yeah, and I'll be adding more hard drives soon, so...
Yeah, wait for his channel to check that out.
Yeah, wait for an update.
Jeez, it'd be ridiculous. How many do you think you're going to be adding?
Well, I have another 2 terabyte that I am planning to put in here. And I have a few other smaller drives, but I don't think I'll put them in. I think I'll wait until I come across at least a terabyte, I think. Because, the small drives, there's no real point in putting them in here, I feel. So I'll just keep them for when they're useful in other places.
So, how much actual data do you have on here, storage-wise? How many terabytes?
That's used, or that's there?
That's just there.
God, I want to say between 18 and 20 terabytes. I want to say. I mean,
Jeez.
I guess I could figure it out if I counted because I know there's let's see, there's a 4 terabyte, there's a 3 terabyte, there's a 5 terabyte. So let's see, that's 7, that's 12, 13 because there's another 1 terabyte, and I'm already losing track of my drives.
Man, that's a first world problem right there. We got.
So. And I think, did I mention the 3 terabyte?
You know, I lost track because how much darn data you have.
Let's just say there's a lot.
There's enough to. This is Pixar in the 1990s right here. That's basically what we're dealing with here.
Yes.
So I think we all know what you do with this PC. It's a media server, obviously,
Yes.
and you want to tell the viewers just kind of quick rundown of the setup here or something.
All that this does?
Yeah, pretty much.
This thing does a lot. It handles everything back here in our little movie room here. It works as a media server with XBMC, now Kodi, as like the front end for accessing everything. And that's what we have up on display on our projector and everything. As far as the back end, handling like all the video files and everything like that, I use MB, which is nice because it's free and it works really well. I'm quite happy with it. And from that, we of course can then hook up other Kodi devices. Like in our living room, we have NVIDIA Shield set up in a similar manner. And then as far as transferring data over, I use FileZilla, which is just an FTP server, and that's how I transfer stuff over. And you know, I use it for general storage as well. So like, you know, I have it hooked up as a network drive on my computer, also on my phone, so it makes it easy to transfer stuff from my phone. And so, yeah, it does a lot. It does a lot.
Oh, very nice. And so, like, how are the noise and thermals of this thing? Like, have you tried testing it or benchmarking it? But I know the 960 runs pretty cool in here. Right?
Yeah, I mean, noise level it's dead silent. I mean, it's really quiet.
I figured for a media server, you kind of want that.
Yeah, yeah. Funny enough, it used to be really noisy because the fan and the power supply had a bad bearing. I think this might have been in my video, but you can check it out and see for yourself. But yeah, I replaced the fan in there, and it's quiet now. And as far as thermals, it's great. The 960, as I've said before, it's wonderful. I mean, the fans barely spin and it stays like super cool. I mean, I haven't measured it because I really had no need to. The CPU, even though it's only got the Dell cooler on there, not even the Intel stock one, it stays under 60 degrees under load because I mean it's a dual core processor from well, it doesn't matter. It's a 65 watt TDP and it doesn't create much heat.
Yeah, I think we're at the point with the noise levels of this thing. It's that the projector fan is actually louder and more audible than
the projector fan.
Than all the fans and all the components in here, so which is pretty darn funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything unusual about this case or build that you have to say? I know there's a lot that you've done internally to get all this stuff to fit in here, and also some special drives in here.
There is some unusual items about this build.
Okay, you want to talk about some of it? Or you can point them out to where it's all
at. I might lean forward here. Hopefully I'm still in view. The most obvious to those of you looking on here is this block of drives. Now, in order to get more drives in here, I had to get real creative about the mounts. So in the place of where one hard drive would be, what I did was I took some little metal strips and essentially strapped 4 drives together. And they are solid. They are like a solid block. And they are like, it is really dense.
It seems like it would be on like the Olympic shot put like rack. It's like, oh, I want the 5-pounder and I want this 4 hard drives and I'm going to chuck it and see how far it goes. That's basically what it is, just a solid mass.
The great thing about it is it's mounted by the bottom of a single drive to anti-vibration mounts.
And just craziness right there. And you are a daredevil, my friend.
As you can imagine, it definitely brings up the thermals a little bit, but it's well within safe temperatures. I think it's, last I checked, it was about 5 degrees above what they would normally be. And so that's good. And they have a little bit of a fan in the front which blows air along the side, so that helps. The next really unusual piece in this build would be the boot drive. Now let me tell you, that thing's something special right there. long time ago, I happened upon it was a MacBook. I want to say it was a 2013-ish, I want to say.
Yeah.
And it was just destroyed beyond all repair, so, no way to, like, try and contact anybody to see if, to return it or whatnot.
Saw it, and it was basically just, it was, there was no way that you would be able to find anything. Like, pretty much, it's like, we don't even have a picture or anything, but just imagine, like, a laptop. It kind of opens this way. It was open the other way, too.
Yeah, like, all the panels were bent out and bowed out, the panel was in a million pieces, so was the board, everything inside of it.
It looks like it was from, like, a Tech Racks video or whatever that YouTuber does that destroys iPhones and iPads.
Yeah.
That's what it basically looked like. Like, it was crazy.
It was crazy, and so I didn't immediately disassemble it. It sat around for many years, because I thought, one day I'm going to get to this, and, of course, one day I did. And, there really wasn't too much I could possibly pull out of it. All of the RAM was soldered, and there was, no components on there other than the one SSD. And now, here is where our story gets a bit more complicated. You see, even though it's a standard SATA SSD, Apple, in all of their wisdom, decided that they would change the shape of the connector so that way you can't use it on any other systems.
That's pretty lame.
And not only is it unique to Apple, is they changed it with every model of MacBook. So you cannot even switch it between different years of MacBook.
Man, that's going to be kind of inconvenient.
Yeah.
Especially people that are trying to service things,
I know, right? And so anyway, initially I thought it was an M-SATA drive because, what else would you expect it to be? And I actually purchased an adapter only to be surprised when I found out, no, it is not an M-SATA drive. It doesn't even fit in the thing. It's kind of obvious there. And I did a fair bit of research. It took me a little while to track down an adapter that would work, which I eventually did. It's a bit funky. It's sitting in the front there. It's taped above the the GPU in there. Yes, it is taped. It's got some mounting tape holding the adapter on.
Wow, man, this is just engineering had to go into this.
Oh yes. So yeah, there's that. And as far as other unusual things, I don't know. I got a SATA controller in there, but that's pretty standard for a NAS. I do have a TV tuner, but we've gotten a network tuner now, and we use that instead, so that might be replaced in the future with another SATA controller if needed. So I don't know, and I think that covers most of the unusual parts of this build.
The unusual quirks and features.
Quirks and features. We just do a bunch of quirks. Features.
It's feature packed.
It is feature packed. Lots of storage.
But it's kind of like you packed it in yourself. Just Yeah, what do you like about this case in all of its entirety?
Like, what do I like about
this
case?
What do you like about it?
I think it's a nice looking case. It's pretty standard and it doesn't stand out.
I think it looks pretty darn good,
Yeah.
It really definitely tucks in back there pretty well.
It is, a standard case, but it is relatively compact over, many NAS cases. Well, I guess not. There are smaller ones, but a lot of cases that you see with a lot of hard drives tend to be on the larger side.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other thing is that there's a fair amount of room inside for me to do my own thing, and as you can kind of see there. So that's kind of what I like about it. That you can figure out a lot of stuff to do with the space inside of it.
Yeah, I got some creative freedom pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
So, what do you dislike about this case? Is there really anything, or is it just like you kind of wish there was like more hard drive storage or something like that, so you wouldn't have to sketchily mount it? If you ever like
if
a block of
the entire front was like all hard drive mounts, I certainly wouldn't complain.
And that would be pretty nice.
Yeah,
make everything convenient.
Yeah, there's not that much I can really complain about here. The side panels are a little on the thin side, but that's standard stuff. It looks nice, it works well, so. Yeah, I don't really have too many complaints.
Yeah, like, if you had the ability to change anything about this case, what would you change about it?
Probably the hard drive mounting situation.
Oh, yeah?
I'm already on my way there.
Man, geez, you were actually showing me a while ago, but you were, like, gonna possibly 3D print some sort of, like, mounting solution.
Yeah, and then my printer got jammed, so
yeah.
I've been temporarily foiled. So, I have a actual commercial drive bay adapter coming in that'll allow me to put in 2 more drives over what I have in now.
Jeez,
So
man, that's just some crazy stuff right there.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that was the last question. So, thank you for watching Case by Case Bases. Be sure to watch Daniel on his channel, DDK Tech, right?
Yep, that's the name of it.
Got a new profile picture too. It looks real pristine.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, thanks for watching episode 1, and I hope to see you next time.